So what did the baby volcano say to the mommy volcano?
What?
I lava you.
Aw, that's a cute one. I like
Is that
that.
better? Welcome to Grampy's Garage. Today I thought we'd talk about garbage disposals. A little bit about caring for them and how to fix them when they jam up. But anyway, when you're running a disposal, it's always good to have the water running. This keeps everything moving through it and keeps it cool. The cool water keeps the engine cool. So you turn it on, run it while the water's going, shut it off, and then turn your water off. That is the best way to do it. Now there are things you can put down there and things you don't want to put down there. One thing we should point out is that it is not a garbage disposal. It is a garbage disposal. So you can't put everything down there. Celery, for example, super stringy. Put a piece of celery down there, it's probably going to tangle up in there and jam up. Put a whole bunch of potatoes down there, well, they'll make it through the garbage disposal, but there'll be a big thing of mashed potatoes in your pipes and clog them up. So one of the keys is to, scrape your plate and then take it to the sink and rinse the rest of it off and put it in there. And if you're peeling potatoes or doing something like that, grab what you can out with your hands and throw it in the trash before you rinse the remainder down there, just so you don't overload it. They're pretty problem-free until they wear out if you just kind of are conscious of what you put down there. One way to clean your disposal is to pack it full of ice. The ice will shatter when it turns on, and even if it jams the disposal, it'll melt and go away, and all the shards from the ice can get between the blades and keep them clean. So a little free tip for you there. Now what are you going to do if it jams up? There are two ways a disposal will jam and not work. Way number one is you hit the switch and it's not running, it's humming, it's just going okay? That means that it's still getting power, but it's locked up, and you're going to want to use a tool to clear it out. The other way is if there is complete silence. You hit that switch and there is just nothing whatsoever. That means the little circuit breaker has tripped that's built into the disposal. So let's hop under the sink and take a look at that. Okay, so here is the beautiful underside of a garbage disposal. I'm sure you've always wanted to know what it looks like. But anyway, if you can see it right here, there's a little red button. If you've got silence going on and no noise at all, this is like a circuit breaker. If you watched our video on how to reset your circuit breakers, it's pretty much the same thing. A little button right there, so you'll click it, and then sometimes you click it and you hit the switch on the wall and it hums. That means it's still clogged. And on the Brandon Sinkerator, which is very, very popular, it is the most common disposal in the country. Hopefully that's what you have. Right in the center here, they've got a little hole, and they give you a tool, and this tool, it's just an Allen wrench, so if you have an Allen wrench in your garage, that'll work too. It fits in there, and it will spin the motor. You may have heard of the old trick of using a broom handle down your disposal. Well, this is way better than that, and you can turn the motor, and if it's jammed up, you can work it. Now right now it's spinning super free, and if it's got junk in there, it's not going to turn that well. One huge safety thing is don't do this when the switch is on, because this will spin out of your hand and hurt like bejeebers. I've never done it, but I can imagine. So yeah, make sure it's off, spin this around, make sure your button is tripped, run some water, run the disposal again, and sometimes you got to come down here and do this 2 or 3 times. Most of the time you can get it in one shot. And that's pretty much it. If there's anything beyond that, you might want to call a plumber, or maybe one day we'll do how to replace a garbage disposal session as well, if you guys would like that. So pretty simple, that's what you do. You got your reset button and your little place to turn the motor. So as you can see, garbage disposals are not that scary. You can push a reset button, use a tool they give you to spin that motor, and get it working again without calling for help. You guys can do this. And maybe later in another episode, we'll do that version of replacing a garbage disposal and how to do that. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a great day.